Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Portal Masters of all ages. It is Brylander with PortalPowerTV. Look, update notice. That's what today is all about. It's the update. Skylanders Ring of Heroes is not disappointing in any way, shape, or form. They keep adding update after update every 2 weeks or once a month at minimum. So far, every update has just been a positive improvement and a positive change to the game, just something that keeps adding more and more reasons to play. So anyway, I want to go ahead and get a little bit into this update, talk a little bit about it, and then in some subsequent videos, we'll do some of the cool stuff that the update has brought us. So anyway, let's go ahead and go to the update notice. And this can be found within the game, but you know, some of the things that we want to kind of look at. I guess the one of the biggest changes is that there's no more max level. So what they mean by no more max level is you used to have to get to like level 20 or 30 or 40, depending on whether you were, you know, 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, you know, 4-star Skylander. And then before you could evolve it to the next star, you had to get it would cap out and max out, and you had to get it all the way maxed out, then +5 before you could evolve it. And you couldn't go any more forward until you evolved it to be able to go to the next, you know, 10 or 20 higher. They've removed the evolution portion of being a requirement for you to be able to hit level 70. So you can take a 1-star Skylander from level 1 to level 70 straight shot. Just keep going, just keep leveling it up all the way. So that creates a big change in how fast you can level them up, because it wasn't stopping you. You know, sometimes I've had Skylanders where I've maxed them out, and because I couldn't 5-star them and get the soul stones required to +5 them and evolve them, I couldn't advance them. And so I also would intentionally not play with those Skylanders if they were maxed out, because I'd want to always be taking advantage of the XP that you're earning when you're playing the game. So that's one of the big changes that they basically brought into the game. So it no longer requires you to you know, evolve it to do so. Now you still have to evolve it to get your stars up to, you know, 6 stars and so forth. That hasn't changed, but the evolution process is not the prerequisite any longer for being able to level it up past 50, past 60, you know, up to 70. So level 70. So there's no more you know, evolving limit. Also, the potion costs have changed. So potion costs basically are now 200 gold per bottle use for the red and 75 gold for the blue, regardless of the size, whether it's a small, medium, large, or extra large bottle. It's basically all the same. So that's crazy. I went nuts earlier. I turned the game on and I just started using potions and stuff. Also immediately started upgrading my Skylanders. A lot of them that no longer had that max, you know, level was holding me back. I was able just to, you know, basically just level them up. A lot of them, it also allowed me to, you know, take the next star, you know, level from 3-star to 4-star and so forth, because a lot of the rewards we got with this new update. Anyway, the adventure, one of the other next big things is that the adventure levels have changed considerably. So I'm going to take us out of this for a second and go into the game, because this shows off a lot easier if we actually look at it in the game. So, load up. Now let's get rid of these and claim all these little fun things here. Alright, so as I go over into the adventures, and I look at level 1, or island 1, and I look at the easy level. So it is now, Brylander is the primary for levels 1 through 6, and for level 7, it's actually a premium attack Omni Stone instead of Skylander Soul Stones. Which this is an advantage, because now you're not restricted to just that Skylander. If you're farming these Omni Soul Stones, they can be applied toward any Skylander that is the premium level, you know, that you want. So there's a lot more advantage. So the level 7s of all of these islands, as you can see here, have changed. You know, you're also getting Wham Shell farmable, you know, down here, and then again the Omni Stones. We're getting premium defense Omni Stones for these, for the water, and for the Fire Island we get, or the Infernal Volcano, we're getting The expert type is what we're farming there. Also Wildstorm, or Wildfire. Also called him Wild. Almost called him Wildstorm. That you can farm up to that point. Levels 1 through 6. And of course, at the same time with these, you can see there's a quota. So you have to get at least, you'll get at least 10, guaranteed at least 10. Or that's the most that you can get before the soul stones divert back over to the normal way of what the drop rate was. Alright, so back into the adventures. So as we can look in the fire, going over the air or the Highland Mirrors, we're looking at Gusto, and then we have the support, rare support type Omni Stones. And in the Golden Desert, we get Flashwing, are awesome. You can get up to 15 per day, I think it is, for Flashwing Soul Stones. And then we're looking at the rare attack type Omni Stones that can be farmable there. It doesn't actually say how many you get. That'll be something that will have to remain to be seen. How many do you actually get when you farm those? So, continuing on, level 6, or the Abandoned Factory, Boomer. That's awesome. A lot of people are wanting Boomer. And the rare defense type is the farmable for stage 7. For stage 8, or level Island 8, we've got, hey, look at there, we got Crypt King. And then we are premium support, are the farmable Omni Stones. Level 9, we get, okay, well here in level 9, it is guaranteed reward is the rare expert, so it's not even another Skylander. And also the heroic Omni Stones is your stage 7, and let's see what number 10 gives us. Okay, we're also doing more Omni Stones. Rare defense, and just rare Soul Stones at stage 7. So I think the Omni Stones, because they're more broad and gives you a range of Skylanders to choose from, those are actually going to work out quite a bit better. So I'm pretty excited. Other than that, you can see here on the screen, we got this Master Eons guide. I'll be making a separate video for that, so be watching for that. But as I look in here, let me just take this. I'm always clicking my stuff and claiming my awards. As I can look on here, look at that. We've got some Skylanders to summon. That's pretty cool. We'll have to get to that also in another video. But we go here. You can see that the only Skylanders that now have that word max on them are the ones that are maxed out at 70. Other than that, the word max has been removed from all the other Skylanders because it's not. If you click on them, you can literally go from whatever level they are, like let's just go down to the bottom one, like this one, level 22, all the way to 70. It's a straight shot. There's no tiers that it breaks up or anything like that. So anyway, that's awesome. What else we got? We got some skill stones to get to use, so that's something we'll do. Other than that, let's go back into the event. Let's see what else was there. There we go. Okay, so back into here, we also have the Soulstone drop, the originals. Easy difficulty, Sage 7 gems. Okay, so it's basically telling you on here by this chart how many, the cost of resetting Stage 7 has also been reduced. A lot of them have gone like from 60 to 40, from 120 to 60, and from 180 to 100 for resetting the easy, normal, and hard levels respectively. So also, again, just making the game a little bit more accessible, a little less costly to play. Kudos. All right, Master Eon's Guide. That's what we said we're going to do in the mission. Energy price is now fixed at the half-off sale rate that we've been having. It's now going to stay there. And here's my favorite part. Now, I will admit, I criticized when they first announced what they were doing with the battle system changes. They were taking the cooldowns from all of our villains, our companion villains, and they were changing them. But the one that they did was for Broccoli Guy, is they made it to 60 seconds. And I was livid. I was barely beside myself. Anyway, there's a big red part here, and I'm not going to read the whole thing because you can go in here and read it for yourself. But in a gist, they heard us, is what they're telling us. They heard us, and they responded, and they're not going to make him 60 seconds. They actually left him alone. 30 second, you know. So that remains perfect. Broccoli Guy remains viable to us, but at the same time, they are tweaking some of the other ones, so they're a little bit more appealing to play with. Because I think that's what their goal is that they're trying to do, is they want it to be a little bit more appealing to play with, and not everybody just defaulting to Broccoli Guy and Broccoli Guy only. But they did hear everybody kind of the cries of the crowd, and they said, well, we'll go ahead and leave this guy alone. Now, they had previously tweaked, accidentally somehow, his healing power, and it went up unintentionally. They didn't actually want to do that, but it did, and instead of taking it back down to where it was, they just decreased it by 12%, which means it's still higher than it was, but at the same time, the big deal is that they didn't nerf his cooldown to 60 seconds, because a full minute having to wait for him to resummon, you're dead. You know, if you're relying on him to heal you, 60 seconds is way too long. You're not going to be able to rely on that. So kudos come to us. Thanks for listening. Never cease to impress me. And let's move on. So stat changes on Skylanders. Overall, they increased a lot of different stats. You know, and what you're getting, like your base stats on different Skylanders. So, you know, Nat 2s will have higher stats than they used to have, and so forth. Skill changes for different Skylanders. I'm not going to go through all of these individually. They're just going through the different powers or skills that they have. Some of them, they are increasing them. Like Zulu, they took his beast effect from 1 turn to 2. Well, that doubles the viability of that power. So they've done a lot of tweaking, a lot of buffing, a few nerfs, you know, a few debuffs for some of them, but most of it's more of a balancing act with these kind of things. But most of them, they're taking it like from the skill will last, instead of 1 turn, it'll last for 2. And they're decreasing the mana cost on some skills, you know, like from 4 to 3 for Airstrike. What else do we see in here? They got some of the skill up for level 2 changes from chance from 10% to an effect count of +1. So they've tweaked some of the skills that way too. You can go through and read all these and see what they do. And let's see, changes to the arena. There's a defense team, and I'm going to have to do a little bit more research about this as to what this actually implies. But there's going to be a arena point set, you know, points are going to reset, and basically the way your defense team plays, you're either actually now going to gain points or lose points based on your defense team. So if you lose, you're going to actually lose points from your total score, and that I don't think that was actually like that in the PvP portion of the game. And I think that's what they're talking about doing here. But I'm going to have to do a little bit more research about that before I can say for sure. I will say that they have a mana contamination that they've added, and that's basically that the attacking team will receive a set amount of damage, which will increase each time it occurs. So, you know, as you attack or you're getting attacked, that will actually cause their mana to reduce in itself again. I'll have to look a little bit more into that. But anyway, this update was pretty massive. I'm most eager to go look at this Master Eons guide, and so I think that's what we'll probably do in the next video. Other than that, I'm really curious to let you guys, or find out what you guys have to think. I do want to remind y'all that I am an official Skylanders Ring of Heroes influencer, which means I do have direct contact with some of the people that work for Com2Us. And everybody's saying, hey, they're listening to what the fans want. One of the methods they have for getting that feedback is through me. And if there's something that you would like to tell Com2Us, or just, hey, thumbs up, you like something, if there's something that you don't care for, something you'd like to see changed, something also, don't forget the positive things along with the negative things. But if there's certain things that you just absolutely love and hope they never change it, any feedback you have for them, if you put it in the comments of this video, I will make sure I forward that along to my contacts over at Come To Us. So don't forget to do that. Anyhow, guys, this has been Brylander with Portal Power TV. We will see you in the next video. Take care, and God bless.